gratitude training, the Thanksgiving training, and gratitude is the superpower that I try to train to do the best that we can. And the first thing that we have to realize about gratitude is that number one, it's a practice. And to that point, I will be doing Q&A, by the way. So put in your questions on IG, on TikTok, on the webinar, on Clubhouse, come up and ask a question. But the practice of gratitude itself, and we will have, by the way, a gratitude guide for everyone. You just have to email me, david@dmeltzer.com. So look up that, david@dmeltzer.com. You can have the gratitude guide. Gratitude is a practice. Anything that is a practice needs adherence. That's the missing glue to all the practices, good habits, bad habits. Anything you want to effectuate into your life has to have adherence if it is a practice. And gratitude is the most important practice that you can have. You need to adhere to the practices. And I decided to kind of create the practices that best not only accelerate and grow your own enormous, abundant, limitless being by utilizing gratitude, but also that allow for adherence, because it doesn't matter how great the practices are is if you don't practice. So the first thing that we want to do to create this reconciliation between adherence and practice of gratitude is to say thank you as much as possible. You got to say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up. It allows you to take inventory of your gratitude. It allows you to take inventory of your gratitude, and it allows you to program yourself throughout the day to find the light, the love in the lessons. You need to establish a daily practice in which reminds yourself of the gifts, the grace, the benefits, the good things that you will and do enjoy. If you do this, it will shift the paradigm from you wanting to be happy and grateful to I am happy and grateful. What am I doing to interfere with it? You need to recall the moments of gratitude associated with ordinary events, with your personal attributes, or valued people in your life that give you the potential to interweave a sustainable theme of gratefulness into your life. You need to say thank you as much as possible. Say it out loud, think it in your head. It takes 0.1 seconds. It doesn't cost a penny. And, I have a gratitude challenge for everyone as well. And we will put that up in the notes to say thank you every single day. I've studied physics, quantum physics, and metaphysics. I've surrounded myself with the biggest thought leaders in the world. All agree that this practice of adherence to gratitude is the most powerful tool, most powerful superpower that you have to change your life. And that's why I've created this challenge for everyone. Starting today, a gratitude challenge. You just email me, david@dmeltzer.com, to join the challenge, and we will give you a link. If you succeed in the gratitude challenge, I will send you my books, guides, exercises. I will sign a book, pay for the book, and send it to you. So join the gratitude challenge. But more importantly, your life will change. You need to say thank you as much as possible. And it will engulf you as an adherence. One of the other things that you can do to incorporate adherence to the practice of gratitude is frame your gratefulness, frame your gratitude. Remember actually and put it into comparison to something that didn't turn out the way that you thought it was supposed to turn out. Take something in the past that you thought was supposed to turn out a different way. You didn't get into the school that you wanted to get into. Your girlfriend or boyfriend broke up with you. You lost all your money. You got a disease. Whatever it may be, remember, recollect, and remind yourself that you thought you wanted something, but you got something else. And then be grateful in your current state of mind as you remember the more difficult, challenging times, the shortages, the voids, the obstacles, and experiences that you didn't think you wanted, but now are grateful for it had occurring. When you remember how difficult life used to be and how far you have come, you set up an explicit contrast in your mind. This is where adherence and practice reconcile. And this contrast is a fertile ground for gratefulness. So not only say thank you as much as you can, but frame your gratitude. Another mechanism to utilize in the practice and adherence of gratitude to change your life exponentially, to be able to find the light, the love, and the lessons, is to ask yourself questions. Don't take judgments and conditions. Don't demean, degrade. Don't doubt yourself. Don't put your attention and intention on what you don't want, what's missing, or what other people want for you. Simply ask questions. Meditate on those relationships with your parents and friends and siblings, work associates, children, and partners. Using these questions have helped me, and I want to give you these three questions, which will be in the guide. So make sure you email me for this guide. The first is, I ask myself, what have I received from this experience, person, people, place, or thing? What have I received from it? And then the second question is, what have I given to this situation, this person, this place, or thing? And then finally, the third question, what dis-ease have I caused to it? What or who is causing me dis-ease as well? If you ask yourself these questions, instead of applying judgments, conditions, ego-based consciousness with a need to be right, a need to be offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, guilty, any of these other things, if you can ask yourself these questions, it will enable you or adhere to the practice of gratitude. You will be able to find the light, the love, and the lessons and everything. You will see pain as an indicator that you're being promoted or protected, not punished. You will see the setbacks, failures, all of the different things as they should be seen with the light, the love, and the lessons. We all want to be fast learners. People ask me all the time, how can I come work for you, Mr. Meltzer? I said, just be a fast learner, right? If you can show me not only gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration, but that you are a fast learner, oh, we can do a lot together. We can expand, grow, and accelerate, and you can do so on your own as well. The fourth thing of the practice and adherence to that practice is share your gratitude. So all first three are about you. Say thank you as much as you can. Frame your gratitude. Ask yourself these crucial questions. But now we need to share our gratitude. We need to share our gratitude. And there's been a ton of research, obviously, in the connectivity between us and everything. But research has found that expressing gratitude can change all of our relativity, all of our relationships. So the next time that your partner, friend, or family member does something you appreciate, right? Meaning it adds value to you, or you have added value to them, be sure to let them know. You cannot share your gratitude enough, just the same way that you cannot say thank you enough. We're being rejoined here on IG. Thank you so much for your patience. Like I always say, thank God my car doesn't drive like IG drives, because we would not get anywhere. Come on now. All right. Anyway, share that gratitude. Remember what you're doing to interfere with your gratitude, not trying to go get it. Share it. The fifth thing that we want to do with adherence to the practice of gratitude is practice gratitude through all your senses. So remember, our five senses or six senses are all the inputs into the sensory cortex or the cellular memory that we have. And the consistent behavior of that speaks to the subconscious and the neural pathways in our mind, creating efficiencies, effectiveness, and statistical success, which then communicates to the unconscious and can actually change our personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions, which we want to be aligned with gratitude. So what we want to do is practice gratitude through all of our senses. So through touch, oh, I'm so grateful for what I feel. For what I see, for what I smell, for what I taste and what I hear. If we gain an appreciation of what it means to be human, and all of its senses and inputs are one of a higher vibration or frequency of gratitude, of light, love, and lessons, what an incredible miracle it will be to just be alive. We need to practice gratitude, adhere to this practice by utilizing all of our senses and appreciating what we have with these senses in order to effectuate our own gratitude for the embodiment that we've been giving and the miraculous construction of that gift and the gifts that we give and receive through that embodiment of our bodies. Practice gratitude through all your senses. Next, use reminders in order to adhere to the practice of gratitude, in order to adhere to the ability to find the light, the love, and the lesson. You have to use reminders. 2 obstacles of gratitude. This is why we need reminders. And this is for adherence in general, so it applies specifically to gratitude. 2 obstacles of adherence to practices, especially the practice of gratitude, is forgetfulness and awareness. If we can practice understanding forgetfulness by utilizing reminders, by utilizing a student in your calendar, by utilizing the 5 daily practices, which I'm happy to send you with the gratitude guide, david@dmeltzer.com, and my book if you do the gratitude challenge, right? Forgetfulness and awareness. Because the 2 primary obstacles to gratitude are forgetfulness and the lack of mindful awareness. Visual reminders can serve us as cues to trigger thoughts of gratitude. We need to remind ourselves. We have all this great technology, all these great calendaring and PIM applications, personal information management systems that enable us to remind ourselves to be grateful so we can adhere to the practices of gratitude, which says, remember to say thank you as much as you can, frame your gratitude, ask yourself questions, share your gratitude, practice gratitude through all my senses. And I need a reminder so I don't forget, and I raise my awareness so it becomes part of my subconscious and unconscious as well. Finally, students of your calendar, make gratitude an activity that's planned, not planned, and your sleep. Be a student of your calendar. Pay attention to and give intention to the grateful coincidences that you want in your life. Make the adherence and practice of gratitude an activity you have planned, not just unplanned. Make a vow to practice gratitude. Research shows that making a vow or a plan to perform a behavior increases the likelihood that the action will be executed. Therefore, write your own gratitude plan or vow. Write it out, look at it, study it, pay attention to, give intention to the coincidences that you want, and they will appear. These are the practices and the adherence principles to the practice of gratitude. If you want the gratitude guide, just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. If you want to join my gratitude challenge and change your life, just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. It's that simple, and it's all free, just like saying thank you. Beyond the practice and adherence to gratitude, we have to shift our perspective. Perspective is the second of the gratitude guide that we talk about. And the perspective is one in which has to be based off of one thing. It has to be based off of the fact that you believe, whatever religion, spirituality, or philosophy you believe in, you have to believe in something bigger than you, and that which is bigger than you, the all-knowing, all-powerful, omniscient source, whatever you define it as, cares about you more than you care about your own children or your parents care about you. If you can have this perspective, then you will be able to, no matter what occurs in your life, the things that you want, the things that you didn't think you want, the things you don't think you want, you will be able to find gratitude in it. In other words, you will be able to find the light, the love, and the lessons in all the pain, mistakes, failures, setbacks, etc. in your life. When things don't work out like you think they should, when things aren't happening as fast as you think they should, you will remember, remind, and recollect your perspective that there's a source that's greater than you, that loves you more than you love your own children, your parents love you. And you will be able to find the light, the love, and the lessons in it. You'll be able to see the promotion and protection in all things that happen, not ever being punished. Too many people forget that, this omniscient, all-powerful source is like a parent. And, when your child does something that is going to hurt them, you may actually hit your child or scream at your child, and your child may think they're being punished. But you're not. You're protecting them from putting their hand on the stove or jumping off the roof or whatever it is. You're protecting them and promoting them to a better place, a better situation. You're not punishing them. The same thing holds to be true about the universe. It's not punishing you. It's promoting you. It's protecting you. If you want to make the most out of opportunities to flex your gratitude muscles, you must look creatively for new situations and circumstances in which to feel grateful. You're looking for those situations that you aren't planned or you didn't think you want. You're looking to understand these opportunities and circumstances which to feel grateful. Once again, promotion and protection, not punishment. Share the creative ways you found to help you practice and adhere to the practice of gratitude. To be able to have the perspective that I am grateful. What am I doing to interfere with my gratitude? It's that simple. One of the other mechanisms for perspective is to control the input of non-grateful thoughts, judgments, conditions, separation, all the ego-based consciousness, fear-based consciousness that sucks our soul. Because what we pay attention to and what we give intention to equals the coincidences in our life. It equals the coincidences, and that's where people call you lucky. Oh my God, it always happens in your face. Oh, why? Because I'm paying attention to, I'm focusing in on what I want. I'm saying thank you. I'm framing my gratitude. I'm asking those questions about, what I receive from, what I have to give to, what put me at disease, what I caused disease in others. I'm sharing my gratitude. I'm using all my senses to practice it. Reminders, forgetfulness, and awareness is also utilized, and I'm making a plan and a vow. All of these different things to create the coincidences I want. Grateful people have a particular linguistic style that uses the language of gifts, givers, blessings, blessed, fortune, fortunate, abundance, ingratitude. And if we're not using the right words, thoughts, beliefs, and actions, then we have to cancel them. Anytime my inner voice or anytime an outer voice of someone else or myself speaks into the darkness, I cancel it. And I find the light, the love, and the lessons in it. If I continue to cancel it and it keeps coming up, I know it's beyond my conscious senses, and I need to look within the context of my subconscious mind, and I need to clear my mind through breathing, through meditation, through the practice and adherence of the practice of being quiet. And if I can sit in peace, I can clear that and slowly but surely reform, re-engineer the 40,000 of the same thoughts that sit in my subconscious that either help or hinder me, either punish me or promote me, either create interference or free interference for me of that gratitude. Clear is an important mechanism in order to shift the habits of the neural pathways, to shift the 40,000 of the same thoughts that we have every single day. And then finally, it allows us to connect to the light. We can cancel all negative thoughts, judgments, conditions, clear our mind of the 40,000 negativities, any of the interference that we're creating, and just clear interference. And so we can then connect to because some things are so traumatic that they sit and lie in our unconscious mind, and we need to shift our energy. We need to change our actual personality traits, our characteristics, our obsessions and addictions. We need to change all these things so that we can start being a beacon of light, a beacon of lessons, a beacon of love, only allowing light, love, and lessons to flow through us for others to appreciate, acknowledge, and ask for more in the ultimate expansion of gratitude. And how do we connect? Well, we take this person, place, situation that we find interfering with our happiness, our truth, our love, our light, and our lessons, and we find a light in it. Now, in the pragmatic world, I do have a great chain of feeding that says, if this is bleeding me too much, I'm just going to allow it to fall away or even fire it. I'm not going to go ahead and take the time. But if there's something that is worth it, that feeds me, I'm going to go ahead and find that light in it with my eyes closed, put it over the light of something that I love the most and put it over my head. I will put this into the gratitude guide for you. I will show you, and it's in my book, which I'll send to you, david@dmeltzer.com. Just email me. I will show you how to cancel, clear, and connect to that gratitude with attention and intention, so that the coincidences in your life that you want, so that not only will you use the linguistic style of me, of words like gifts, givers, blessings, blessed, fortunate, fortune, and abundance, will all be within the context of who you are. The last perspective adherence and practice will be to create gratitude triggers. We want to understand and go through the motions of gratitude. Grateful motions include things like smiling is a trigger, saying thank you is a trigger, writing letters and journals are a trigger. Going through the grateful motions every day will trigger the emotion of gratitude more often. I created a trigger to identify the unconscious competencies, the ego-based consciousness triggers, especially during the holidays. There's going to be some people that trigger you. And so I actually use the identification of those triggers. Those people are called family a lot of times. They're going to trigger you to have anxiety, fear, separation, anger, frustration, guilt, resentment, and offense. Sounds like my Thanksgivings have passed. And I've learned to use gratitude triggers in order to effectuate a better understanding of what I'm seeing, my perspective. Instead of remembering, what my sister did to me when I was 5 years old and allowing that to ruin my Thanksgiving when I'm 53, I only see the light, the love, and the lessons for the things that she and I are grateful for together. And going through these triggers and creating the grateful motions of smiling, saying thank you, writing letters of gratitude, journaling, all of these will trigger, and identifying the triggers of ego-based consciousness. Next are the effects. So, if we're going to adhere to the practice of gratitude, and you're all going to join my gratitude challenge, and just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I will put you in. We will have many great gifts and prizes if you can do it, beyond the greatest gift, that it will change your life. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If you say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up every day, if you say thank you, I promise you your life will change. Guaranteed. Email me. I promise you, david@dmeltzer.com. All right. The effects. Number one effect of gratitude, it boosts your mental health. You know how expensive prescription drugs are? You don't need them. Gratitude takes 0.1 seconds and it's free, and it boosts your mental health. Those who write letters of gratitude, journaling gratitude, have practices and adherence to those practices of gratitude, report significantly better mental health for weeks, 12 weeks after the writing the exercises ended. While not conclusive, of course, these findings suggest that practicing gratitude may help train the brain to be more sensitive to the experience of gratitude. It's a practice, and it works upon itself. It compounds itself to adhere to that practice. And the experience of writing down these grateful thoughts and ideas and things contributes to improve mental health continually over time. So adhere to the practice and have the right perspective. The next effect is it can help you accept change. See, the only person that likes change is a wet baby or a grateful person. A truly grateful person accepts change. There's only one certainty, and that's change. Why? Because the universe is growing, accelerating, expanding. There's trillions of variables, even on this one time frame, this one plane that we live on, this pragmatic world, the man-made construct of time, the 24 hours of activity that we're given, that is distinguished by a particle of light leaving the sun at 186,000 miles per second and hitting the earth so that we have a 24-hour clock. All of that creates only one thing: resistance to change. Gratitude helps you accept the change. When we're comfortable with the way things already are, the law of gravity, we're exactly where we're supposed to be at the right place at the perfect time. And I appreciate that. I'm grateful for it. It can be difficult to accept when things change, let alone feel grateful for the difference between where we were and where we're going, because it's not going to be where we think we're going, because there's no certainty and we're not omniscient and all powerful. In fact, the only thing that's omniscient and all powerful is the thing greater than us that cares about us more than we care about us, or we care about our children, or our parents care about us. Think about that. So gratitude helps us accept that change and the differences caused by it. And when we make a habit to notice that good things bring or come from change, and the more we become more flexible and accepting of that change, with the understanding I'm being promoted and protected by change, not punished. Amazing. The last effect of gratitude: it can relieve stress. Think about all the millions of dollars and billions of dollars that are spent on prescription drugs to relieve stress. The regions associated with gratitude are part of the neural networks that light up when we socialize and experience pleasure. These regions are also heavily connected to the parts of the brain that control the basic emotion regulation, the way we feel and react, such as our heart rate, which is associated with stress relief and pain reduction. Feeling grateful and recognizing help from others creates a more relaxed body state and allows subsequent benefits of lower stress to wash over us, because we are at center. We are. Hold on, I got to get my charger out of my bag and plug it in. It's right there in front of you. We get to plug my computer in. Sorry about that. That's amazing. Hopefully we'll figure this out very shortly. I'm going to be moving. So we can relieve stress with gratitude. And then finally, the benefits behind me, probably where that light is. So hold on one second. I apologize. This is the problem. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the real world. Yeah, they're giving the plug. All righty. Welcome to Thanksgiving training from a hotel room. And not my first rodeo. We'll plug my computer in, though. All right. Hold on one second. I apologize. There we go. Sorry, guys. This is a professional. At least Jake's not giving me my alert. All right, here we go. Back. All right, what are the benefits of gratitude? Thank you for your patience, everyone. I'm doing the best I can with the Sanford and Son setups here at the hotel. The benefits of gratitude are fewer physical symptoms of illness, more optimization, more optimism itself, greater goal attainment, so decrease anxiety, depression. Practicing gratitude lights up the brain reward center. Gratitude lights up the ventromedial prefrontal cortex of our brain, a key region associated with reward. In other words, feeling good. It helps relieve stress and pain. Think about all of these things that it does for you simply by saying thank you, which is why I have a gratitude challenge. We can improve our health. Health is my number one non-negotiable. It is an opioid. That is what gratitude is. To adhere to the practice of gratitude will change your life. It will change your life to adhere to the practice. And the way that we adhere to the practice of gratitude is to say thank you as much as possible. Frame your gratitude. Ask yourself questions. Meditate on those relationships. What have I received from? What have I given to? What have I done to cause disease? And what have I done to receive disease? Dis-ease. That's disease. Share your gratitude. Practice gratitude through all your senses. Use reminders, forgetfulness and awareness risen through, and make a plan or a vow or a journal. You can do all that. Change your perspective. Find the light, the love, and the lessons. Use cancel, clear, connect. Create gratitude triggers and find and identify the triggers of the ego-based consciousness. You will find those great effects. It'll boost your mental health. It'll allow you to accept change and relieve stress with more benefits physically, emotionally, spiritually, biochemically than any other drug ever made in the world. And that is gratitude, the truth, the higher vibration, the higher frequency. Please reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com, please. And I will give you the gratitude guide. I will sign a copy of my book, send it to you. I will sign it, send it to you, pay for the book, pay for shipping, give you the gratitude guide. Please join me in the gratitude challenge to change your life. Change it with 0.1 seconds a day for free. Please, david@dmeltzer.com. I love it. All right, let's take some questions. I will start online. Jake, who's going to come up after I take this first question?
First question on Clubhouse will be from Raul. So, Raul, please prepare your question.
Awesome. Thank you. Here we go. Online. Who taught you the most about gratitude? Wow. My mom. And I'll tell you why. Because since I was little, my mom would make me say thank you before I went to bed and when I woke up. If I came downstairs without an attitude of gratitude, she would send me back up to my room and tell me to list out what I'm thankful for again and then come back down. It's amazing to me that before I was 3 years old, I learned the magic gift of the entire universe that would have the biggest impact on my life when somebody told me, make sure you say thank you. Make sure you think thank you. Make sure you do thank you. All of the practices and adherence to that practice were created from the earliest memories that I have to be a grateful and gracious person. So thank you, Mom. Appreciate you. You add value to my life. I'm happy, healthy, and I love you as well. I know she's on here along with on our webinar. Over 50,000 people registered for gratitude Thanksgiving training here today. That's amazing. So thank you. And please join me in the gratitude challenge. We can create a collective consciousness of gratitude. All right, Raul, you're up.
Yeah, dude, thanks so much for having me on stage. And really love what you've been talking about gratitude. And just want to know what has been the best part of your gratitude journey so far?
The best part of my gratitude journey is the ability to take what may have in my own mind destroyed me and given me the capability of finding the light, the love, and the lessons in it. So, you know, if anybody would have told me when I was in my 20s and a multimillionaire that, you know, I could survive losing everything because my whole identity was by my bank account. Everything I valued myself by how much I was worth and how much money I made. And when I lost everything, to be in a position through gratitude to not only, you know, survive, but more importantly, to find the light, the love, and the lessons, to be able to truly be grateful for the experience of appreciating what I had, acknowledging it by when you lose it or let it go or give it away. That's the only way we acquire knowledge of what we have, and then to ask for more. And so without that experience, you know, I don't think I would understand the power, the depth, and the superpower of that perspective and adherence to the practice of gratitude and how it can change people's lives. Hello, we good?
Thank you, Raul. Yeah, thanks so much for that.
Jake, you there?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Next up, after you take a question from Zoom, we'll take Keaton on Clubhouse.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Keaton. All right, next question online. How do you determine if someone is a good potential business partner? Look, I have 3 rules of being a business partner. 1, don't get a business partner. 2, if you're going to get a business partner, make them have more money than you. And 3, if you don't listen to rule 1 or 2, go back to rule number 1. Obviously, you have to have your values aligned. If those values aren't aligned from the very beginning, it's going to end in a disaster. And so if your values are gratitude, forgiveness, and accountability, and your business partner isn't grateful, isn't forgiving, and isn't accountable, eventually it's not going to work. And so you want to make sure those values are aligned, but it also does help to make sure your partner has more money than you. All right. Thanks so much. All right, Keaton, you're up.
Hey guys, I was just curious, how do you make gratitude a behavior? Can you talk more about that, please, Dave? Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Keaton. And, any behavior, good or bad, is an aggregate and an accelerant upon itself, right? Einstein had it right and applied to compound interest, the rule of 72, but that applies to behaviors. And good behaviors, just like a bank account, compound in its interest, and you're able to benefit from that compound interest. So looking at gratitude as a behavior, we need to understand that it's the practice of being able to lower the bar and to do these things that we had. So if I look back onto training, what I just spoke about, say thank you as much as possible, frame your gratitude, ask yourself questions, share your gratitude, practice gratitude through all your senses, and use those reminders, knowing that forgetfulness and awareness are your 2 nemesises of that. Be a student in your calendar, make a plan and a vow. All of these things we just went over on training answer your question. I will send you that guide, Keaton, david@dmeltzer.com. Follow the adherence to the practices of gratitude. You'll get a new perspective and receive all those effects and benefits that we discussed. Does that sound fair?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'll take another question online. Jake, who'll be on deck?
You'll have Blaine on deck.
All right, thank you, Jake. All right, what's the difference between being thankful and being grateful? It's a great question, by the way. So being thankful is by event, circumstance, or incident, and being grateful is a being. So thankful is a particular incident, circumstance, or situation I am thankful for. Gratitude is the superpower that we use in order to be thankful for everything. And so thankful is the action of gratitude, which is an attitude or an emotion or a superpower. And I think that distinction is good to know, because just because you say thankful, you thank someone for opening a door, doesn't mean you live in the attitude of gratitude, doesn't mean you have a mindset, a heart set, and a handset of gratitude. That just is a circumstance, an incident. It does not help. It does not indicate that you have the practice and adherence to gratitude, but it's a great start. And it's what the more times we utilize thankfulness builds on that platform or that experience or that attitude of being grateful. All right, next up, Blaine, what do you got?
So my question is, what's something that you weren't really grateful for at the time, but today you're really, really grateful for?
I know this is going to not sound good, but I have to be honest. I was not grateful for my marriage in the first 7 years of my marriage. And the reason I say that is because I'm overwhelmed by how grateful I am. to my wife and for my marriage. And it's, you know, the non-negotiable next to my health first, my family's next. And, you know, it, it's not even that there was a pain or a punishment or a setback or a failure in it. It was that to have something so relative to me, so close to me, unappreciated, uh, you know, is just mind-boggling to myself. And I know that that lesson in light, you know, was one in which I found, but talk about, you know, missing the awareness. You know, you talk about forgetfulness and awareness. So many times, Blaine, we take for granted what other people are wishing for, but even more times we take for granted what we ourselves are wishing for, and we already have it. And, you know, I have the best marriage in the world, and had it then and just didn't appreciate it. And it is absolutely the most significant example of how, you know, the light, the love, and the lessons, by using the superpower of gratitude, uh, can elevate the awareness to what we already have and elevate the awareness of what we're doing to interfere with it as well. So great question, my friend. All right, I'm gonna take another question online, Jakey Bakey. Who's up next?
Next up will be Nina, and then we'll have Nick. So Nina's next.
All right, thank you so much. Awesome. And then maybe Jake, you can take a question from Instagram or TikTok or somewhere as well. Does that sound fair?
That sounds great.
All right, perfect. Um, can you explain false enthusiasm? Yeah, I got to grab this question. So when I played football in college, back when they allowed you to torture people, we had 3-a-days in, you know, Eagle Rock, California, between Glendale and Pasadena, the smog pit of LA in the 80s, and 100-degree weather, smog. Anyway, by about the fourth 3-a-day that we went through, waking up and being on the field, yeah, up at 5, where thank goodness I wake up at 4, because they would pound the doors with shoes and pots and pans at 5 a.m. after 3 practices the day before. But I woke up at 4. And so I was prepared for it. But oh man, we would get out there. Nobody wanted to be there. Nobody wanted to be there. And so I was team captain my senior year. I came up with the idea of the false enthusiasm. And so I start clapping and I make other guys clap. And I say, it's great to be alive. It's great to be alive. It's great to be alive and be a tiger. And I'd scream, it's great. And everyone started screaming. And lo and behold, through this false enthusiasm, the false belief of entheos, of being connected to God, entheos, right? The genius, the expression of God coming through us, enthusiasm appeared. It was a calling, it was a wish. And by yelling out, it was amazing how the human body, mind, and soul responded to the false enthusiasm and made it real. And so I instituted this idea of false enthusiasm into my own life and talked my way into existence. I talked my way through the interference to find the light, the love, and the lessons. False enthusiasm is a great mechanism in order to open the door, clear the interference, and allow yourself to find the real awareness of enthusiasm. Because why? We are already happy, healthy, wealthy, and worthy. Even if we're on our 4th 3-a-day in the middle of 100-degree smog in Eagle Rock, California, we're right there. You just got to figure out what you're doing to interfere with it, because you're always connected to and through the greatest source of light, love, and lessons, always. So great question, by the way. I forgot about that. I love false enthusiasm. All right, Nina, you're up.
Hi, thank you for this opportunity. And I'm trying to clarify something. You may have answered it before this, but I apologize if you already answered. So my question is, if a stressful situation has been created because of someone's possible mental health issues, then do I still ask, what did I do to attract this to myself? Second part is, am I asking this question because my ego is coming into play and trying to clear itself of any blame?
Okay, so yeah, we're confusing accountability with liability. So blame doesn't exist in accountability. And so let's talk about liability first. Blame, shame, and justification. Blame, shame, and justification are ego-based consciousnesses that causes separation or interference between us and the truth, us and our potential, us and our higher frequency. What we want to do is understand when we ask ourselves, what did I do in this circumstance? If I have a close relative, friend, or associate that has a mental disability, a mental dis-ease, mentally struggling, depression, anxiety, fear, suicidal, whatever it may be, we still want to be accountable and say to myself, what did I do to attract this person or this situation into my life? And so I'm looking to see what I did to do that. Did I put out there in the universe that I wanted to learn about something or I wanted to experience something? And then two leads me to the most important part is, what am I supposed to learn from it? What am I supposed to learn from it? See, this is the continual process of the fast learner. This is the continual process of expansion from learning zone to expand over our anxiety zone so that we continually grow, learn, and raise our awareness and frequency to abundance, to feel the ability to live for an instant between limitlessness and infinity. Don't confuse accountability and liability. Liability is an ego-based consciousness of blame, shame, and justification. Those will exist and they will rear its ugly head, which is why triggers are one of the mechanisms of adherence to the practice of gratitude. But what you want to do is start seeking, see, the purpose of asking ourselves, what did I do to attract this to myself, isn't a liable statement. It's not, what did I do? I'm being punished, right? I'm being punished. What do I do? I blame myself. No. What did I do means it's opening the mind, the heart, and the soul to finding the light, the love, and the lessons. See, when we start taking accountability that we're exactly where we're supposed to be and start asking ourselves, what was I asking for? What was I wishing for to learn, right? To grow, to accelerate? What was I looking and wishing for to be protected and promoted by having this person in my life with this mental disability? So for example, I was running Leigh Steinberg Sports Entertainment, right? The notable sports agency, made the movie Jerry Maguire about Leigh, and he was a raging alcoholic, right? And I mean, I wished and dreamed that I would have this job, to run the most notable, so not only be a multimillionaire, but have access to everything. I wished and dreamed. And here I was with this poor man who was at dis-ease. He has a dis-ease, a quantum dis-ease that has been genetically and energetically inherited over years, as many people suffer from all types of addictions, including me. But I asked myself not to blame, shame, or justify, but what did I do? What was it that I was thinking, wishing in order to learn or to grow or expand? And this shift in the mindset, this shift in the paradigm of I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, and worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? I'm learning to ask and wish for the right things and know that when the things come to me, they're all the right things. And they just come in a way to promote or protect me, not to punish me. And that experience has changed my life. And Leigh's one of my greatest mentors, and he's sober now. And we both have benefited great from the light, the love, and the lessons of his dis-ease. And it has helped cure mine as well. So thank you, Nina, for understanding the difference between accountability and liability. What a wonderful question and an important question for everyone to be grateful for things that we might feel liable for with blame, shame, and justification. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You're awesome. All right, Jake, you got a question from IG or TikTok?
I've got a TikTok question here from Mimi. The question is, what characteristics or traits do you believe successful people have in common?
Oh, that's easy. So the characteristics, right, are gratitude, which is why we're having this gratitude challenge, which everyone's going to email me about, david@dmeltzer.com. That's why we got the gratitude guide. But gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, which we just discussed with Nina, and inspiration. That means they have a desire that they must be what they can be. If you're grateful, forgiving, and accountable, and you have a desire that you must be what you can be, you will always do your best, or most of the time, almost always do your best. You will learn lessons and you will have fun. You will make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. Gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and that desire that you must be what you can be. That's what I think are the major characteristics. And a faster learner is going to get there faster. So I could throw that new one in there. Be a faster learner. Become a faster learner. Learn faster and faster and faster. The faster you can learn, the more lessons you learn. The more lessons you learn, the better you'll be. The more you expand and grow and accelerate towards what you want, the more you'll be able to clear the interference between you and what you already are. Be a fast learner. Have gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and have the desire that you must be what you can be. Jakey Bakey, I'm going to take on another question online, and then maybe we have someone else who will come and ask a question.
Yep, that'll be Nick after you answer a question from online.
All right. Thank you so much. What do you consider to be your biggest strength, and how do you use it in business? Consistency. So adherence. Consistency is my biggest strength. And I use it to learn fast and faster, and even faster than that. Adherence and consistency are my superpower, because I am aggregating and compounding and accelerating all the time, and learning all the time, and growing all the time, and raising my frequency. I can only, at a vibrational state, be aware of that which vibrates equal to or less than me. So I'm consistently raising my vibration. I'm plateauing and growing, using the 5 daily practices, knowing my what, my who, my how, my now, and applying my why. All, by the way, will come with you on the gratitude challenge. David@dmeltzer.com. I'm going to keep on pumping that in there until you actually email me, David@dmeltzer.com. Please join the gratitude challenge. Please get my book, audiobook, ebook for free. I'll send it to you. Sign it, please. But my biggest strength has to be adherence and consistency, because you got to do things again and again and again. 2 minutes a day is worth more than 2 hours on a Saturday. I am maximizing the man-made construct of time and productivity, accessibility, and gratitude with the speed of thought. This is the biggest strength that I have. And I use it in business to make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun, to ask and receive in person, on the phone, via email, social and traditional media. It's growing and growing, 2 people at a time. It's basically what Noah Ark did to save the world of all its peoples, right? 2 people got 2 people, made 2 people, 4, 8, etc. I do the same thing, but with gratitude and happiness, to empower 1,000 people, to empower 1,000 people, to empower 1,000 people. You have to be consistent and adhere to the consistency. Unbelievable superpower to have, and I'm so grateful that it is one of my superpowers and my biggest strength. Thank you so much. All right, Nick, you have been waiting patiently, and I certainly appreciate that. Please, what's your question?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Jake. Appreciate you guys having me out, and happy Thanksgiving to all. Building off of the training, kind of in light of the holiday this week, I love the gratitude. I love all of that stuff. Really, really helpful. But what are maybe some actionable kind of steps or tips that you have for how we can go out and spread kindness in our communities, or help create a kinder consciousness to share with all around kind of this holiday season?
I'll tell you what my standard answer is, and I'll get into a bit more detail if that's okay, Nick. So I tell people all the time, because they'll ask me, what can I do for you? How can I do this? I would appreciate sharing my content and doing good deeds, or sharing your favorite content and doing good deeds, or sharing your gratitude and doing good deeds. And a good deed is a wide spectrum of activity. A good deed could be picking up trash, putting something to the curb, helping somebody with anything. Asking for help is a good deed. Why is asking for help a good deed? It's one in which a lot of people don't think about. Well, I'll tell you this. I've never met one person that doesn't feel good when they're helping someone else. But yet, we are too afraid to make other people feel good by asking them for help. So share my content and do good deeds. Ask for help, give help, pick up trash, whatever it is. It's that simple. It's a simple saying thank you. That's why I have the 14-day gratitude challenge, so that everybody can experience these granular practices of knowing that when I'm helping or asking for help, I'm doing a good deed. I'm being grateful. I'm acknowledging, I'm appreciating, I'm asking. All of these things allow us to add value and to raise our awareness of what we have, and to ask and to build more so we can give more and receive more, and then give more and receive more. Not giving to receive as a negotiation, a trade, but simply to acknowledge what we had and to expand so we can receive more, so we can give more. Most people learn the more we give, the more we receive, but they don't say you can't give what you don't have. So you got to ask for more. We got to be comfortable asking and know that asking is a good deed. Asking is a good deed. Make somebody feel good and ask them for help. You feel good when you're helping others. Why are we so afraid to help other people feel as good as we feel when we help? It doesn't make any sense. So use this practice. Please, Nick, get my practice guide. Reach out, Dave, join the practice gratitude challenge of doing good deeds, asking for help and receiving and giving help all in one. Use this guide to help you expand, grow, and accelerate. Thank you so much for the important question, and I'm so grateful for you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Dave. You are the best. I'll be sure to email you right now. And that email is that david@dmeltzer.com.
Yes, sir. And email me right away. Thank you so much. And remember, share my content and do good deeds. All right, here we go. What is your best and worst habit? Gratitude is my best habit, and I don't think I need to go into a lot of detail anymore about the habit. So just get the guide if you haven't been here. But my most interfering habit, right? So the best habit is one which clears the interference between me and what I already am: happy, healthy, wealthy, and worthy. And the most interfering habit is that which interferes most. And so I think the need to be offended, cancel it, but it is. Oh my goodness, the need to be offended is the most interfering habit I have. You have a need to be offended. Everything sucks. You lose all your gratitude. It just creates interference. Why did they say this? Why didn't they do this? How did they? Don't. The need to be offended is the opposite of gratitude. It's the ability to find the darkness in everything. Not the light, the love, and the lessons, but the darkness and destruction in everything, the interference in everything. And it's a horrible habit to have. So I've had to use other habits to counteract the quantum habits. See, most of the most interfering habits we have are quantum in our nature. They're actually embedded into our DNA. They are actually genetic and energetic interferences, genetic and energetic inheritances that create this interference, not just for us, but for the generations before us, at least 4 generations, if not multiple lifetimes before us. And so our most interfering habits are quantum in our nature, which makes them even harder to change or shift. And so we have to create the non-interfering habits to clear that interference, to shift our energy and our perspective. And so for me, those ego-based consciousnesses, the need to be offended, the need to be right, the need to be separate, the need to be inferior, the need to be superior, the need to be angry, anxious, frustrated, worried is one of the big ones, right? What a terrible interference, because worry has a duality to it. Not only does it create interference, but it calls upon the things that we don't want. Because remember, you want to pay attention and give attention to the things you want, not that you don't want. So, all right, everyone, we always keep it on time here. We have the Friday training over 21 years here on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I had to give the Thanksgiving challenge. Remember, 14-day gratitude challenge. I will have gifts for everyone. Or if you just want the gratitude guide, please email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I appreciate everyone supporting office hours, 2-minute drill, all the shows on Bloomberg and Amazon Prime Video. The Playbook, the podcast will replay the gratitude training on as well. So download the Playbook. I have all my trainings up there, besides the celebrities, millionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs, athletes, etc., teaching the light, the love, and the lessons. So thank you, everyone. Remember, most importantly, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Dave. We are so grateful for you. Keaton, Nick, Nina, Raul.
Hey, I'm